Good morning, everyone. Okay, so last class we were discussing about continuity and differentiability, right? And we came across this function. So this is a problem. This is basically how a problem comes. This is what a problem is. So the problem says what? So discuss the continuity of the function where f is defined by. Wait a second. Let me join everyone. So here what I'm going to do is discuss the continuity of the function defined by okay, wait, let others join. Wait a second. Yeah. So my question is, we have to discuss the continuity of the function f, which is defined by fx is equal to x plus 5 and x minus 5. When it's x plus 5, when x is less than equal to 1, and when it's x minus 5, when x is greater than 1. Okay? So let's start the class. So first thing, let's draw. At the point 1, the function is changing its form. So at the point 1, you see, when it's less than 1, it's x plus 5. When it's greater than 1, it's x minus 5. So what I will do is, in this graph, in here, I will just draw a line at the point 1. I will draw a line at the point x is equal to 1. I'm drawing a line like this. Okay. So this point is basically what? This is the point at which x is equal to 1. Okay. So just write in here. So x is equal to 1. This is the point. Now, my question is here what? Discuss the continuity of the function defined by this thing. So if this one is a function, first thing, tell me, is this function defined? Is this function defined? Yes or no? Yes or no? First question, is this function defined? Do you see any square root sign? No. Do you see any denominator? No denominator. So we cannot have anything by 0. So what we can say? That this function is always defined. So first condition we need to satisfy is that whether the function is always defined or not. And it is always defined. Now let us put this point x equal to 1. So first thing, the function is x plus 5 when x is less than 1, less than equal to 1. So can I draw, this is just an assumption. I will just draw a graph like this. So it is x minus 5. Okay, x minus 5 or x plus 5? It is x plus 5. So suppose the graph is like this. At x plus 5, the graph is like this. Okay, the graph is like this at x less than equal to 1. So here I'm going to write fx, this graph is fx, and that graph is fx is equal to x plus 5. Okay, so this is a graph. Now at the point, can anybody tell me, at the point x equal to 1, what is the value of fx? At the point x equal to 1, what is the value of fx? 6. It's 6. Look at here, everyone. It is not 1 minus 5. Why? Because x is not equal to 1. When x is equal to 1, this function will come, x plus 5. Very, very good. Yes, Rohit, that's nice. So it will be a point like this. Am I clear, everyone? Yes or no? Now if I have to draw a graph in this side, x greater than 1. X greater than 1 is a function. And suppose the function looks like this. I'm just doing assumptions. I'm not drawing the actual graph. Everyone must be clear about this one. Now let's draw the other part of the graph with a different pen. Let us draw with the purple one. So let us say it is like this. It's like this. Can anybody tell me whether this graph will touch this line or not? whether this graph will touch x equal to 1 line or not. Please tell me whether this graph will touch the line x equal to 1 or not. It will not touch. Why it will not touch? Because this function x minus 5 is only valid for x greater than 1, not x equal to 1. So at this point, x equal to 1, there will be a hollow circle. Everyone clear? Why there will be a hollow circle? Yes or no? Because at x equal to 1, the function has a different value, that is 6. Okay? Am I clear? Yes or no? Everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
So here, this side is what? This side is our x less than 1. This one is what? X equal to 1. And this side is what? X greater than 1. Understood? Yesterday I told you what? Now we have divided the function into 3 parts. What are the 3 parts? The first part is x less than 1. The next part is x greater than 1. And the other part is x equal to 1. Okay, clear? But the question is, we have to check the continuity of the function. So in order to check the continuity of the function, I can check for 3 separately. Yes or no? If I check for each one of them separately, if the function is continuous at x less than 1, if the function is continuous at x greater than 1, if the function is continuous at x equal to 1, then can I say the function is continuous for all x? Yes or no? Please tell me. Yes or no? I will check one by one. First, x less than 1, I will check whether it's continuous or not. At x greater than 1, whether it's continuous or not. And then I will check for x equal to 1, whether it's continuous or not. After checking all these 3, then I can say that the function is continuous for all values of x. Everyone clear? Yes or no? Because this is an important thing which you need to learn. Now, let us take the first case. Let us say x less than 1. So my case 1 will be x less than 1. Now you see what I will do. Now everyone look at it carefully what I will do. For case 1, x less than 1, can you tell me x less than 1? What is x less than 1? What do you mean by x less than 1? Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. There can be so many values as x less than 1. Everyone, yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? X less than 1, there can be so many values, right? Minus 1, x can be minus 1, x can be 1, x can be 0, x can be anything. Now, can anybody tell me when x is less than 1? I am checking the continuity of the function when x is less than 1. Can anybody tell me when x is less than 1, is the function defined or undefined? When x is less than 1, is the function defined or undefined? Huh? It's defined. Arey, look at here, x plus 5. You don't see any square root. You don't see anything divided by 0. So when x is less than 1, the function is always defined. And always defined means what? Always defined means what? This graph will go on like that. There will be no break in this graph. Understood? Always defined means that thing. Undefined means what? Acha, when can I say a function is undefined? Okay, I will tell you when can I say a function is undefined. Look at here. If I draw a graph, understood? And the graph looks like this. This one, okay? Then I do like this. This point, suppose this point is our 2 and this point is our 4. So what can I say? The function has values x less than 2 and has values x greater than 4. But the function is undefined between 2 to 4. Why it's undefined? Because the graph is missing. Am I clear? Undefined means what? We cannot determine the value of the function in that point. Everybody understood? Why does it mean undefined? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So now tell me one by one. Can you think of Can you think of any value less than 1 for this one will become undefined? It can never be undefined. Why? Because there is no square root and there is no denominator, so it can never be undefined. So if it can never be undefined, so x less than 1, this graph will continue. This graph will keep on continue like this. Yes or no? Understood? So in order to prove the continuity of this function, so what I need to do is, listen very carefully. I will assume one point C. What I'm going to do? I will assume one point C that is lying within this one, that lies within x less than 1. Any point C, the point C is the general point. This point signifies every single point that is less than 1. Am I clear? This C can be -1, this C can be -2. So this C is just like the Prime Minister. It represents it represents the whole country. Am I clear? So this C is everything. It can be -1, it can be -2, it can be 0, but it can only be less than 1. Everyone understood? Yes or no? Yes or no? So if I prove the function fx is continuous at C, then we can directly say that the function is continuous. If I prove that the Prime Minister of one particular country is very good, then we can directly say that that country is good. Because he is running the country, right? So that's what it is. If I prove that the C is continuous, if the function is continuous at C, then we can prove for the whole thing that the function is continuous when x is less than 1. So let us try to prove. How do we prove that the function is continuous at x equal to C? So let us write this one. So solution. First thing, the function is defined at all points of the real line. We discuss. Undefined only comes when there is a square root and when there is a denominator, but nothing is in here. So the function is defined at all points of the real line. Real line means what? The number line they are talking about. Now case 1. Case 1 says what? If C is less than 1. So I am assuming a value C which is less than 1. So I need to prove the function to be continuous at C. Now we discussed last class, to find whether a function is continuous at a point, what do we need to do? To find whether a function is continuous at a point, we need to find left hand limit at that point. Yes or no? Yes or no? And then we need to find what? The right hand limit at that point. And then we need to find the value of the function at that point. If these three values are equal, then we can say what? Then we can say that the function is continuous at C. Everyone clear? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now let's move on. And another thing. What was the left hand limit? How did we write left hand limit? It was limit x tends to C minus. Look guys, this is the very most important chapter of your class 12, because calculus, it carries the maximum number of marks, 44, and this is the first step towards calculus. Okay, actually you have taken the first step in class 11, that's by learning limits, but this is the first step in class 12. So left hand limit is actually what? Limit x tends to C minus, where C is the point fx. This is our left hand limit, right? And what is our right hand limit? Right hand limit is what? Limit x tends to C plus fx. And yesterday I told you something. What did I say? If these two limit values are equal, it means what? That the limit exists. And if the limit exists, then we can combine these two. We can combine these two and we can write what? Limit x tends to C. There will be no C minus, no C plus, fx. Am I clear? Everyone understood? Yes or no? Combining these two gives us this one. Okay, so let's move on. So now you see what we have in here. First thing, I am finding the value of the function at the point C. So fc will be equal to what? In place of x, I am going to write C. So fc is our C plus 5. Yes or no? Am I clear? So this is how we find the value of the function at the point C. Next you see, acha, for here, can anybody tell me, for this point, Do I need to find left hand limit and right hand limit? Do I need to find left hand limit and right hand limit? When we define that the function is defined for all values of x less than 1, it means what? The left hand limit and right hand limit, they're equal. Yes or no? You see, this function is continuous like this. Yes or no? Am I clear? So when I am talking about any arbitrary, any general point, we don't have to find left hand limit and right hand limit. Please clear this idea to yourself. This is a very, very important thing. Whenever we are finding the limit for a general point, whenever we are finding the limit for a general point means what? C. The value of the point is not given. It's a general point. We must be very, very sure that the left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. In my head, it's 100% sure for a general point, the left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. And that is the reason, we combine the left hand limit and right hand limit and we write this combined form. Everyone clear? Yes or no? Guys, tell me. Combined form, x tends to c minus and x tends to c plus. So I combine them, I am writing x tends to c. Everyone clear or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? For a general point, we don't need to find left hand limit and right hand limit. We have to be very, very sure that the left hand limit will be equal to right hand limit. Why? Because this function is continuous. It's going like that. Am I clear? Yes or no? Now you see, limit x tends to c, x plus 5. Achha, why it's x plus 5? The reason is, the case is what? X, c less than 1. And c less than 1 means what? Which function? It is x plus 5. So fx is our x plus 5. So limit x tends to c, x plus 5 is equal to what? So in place of x, just put c. So I get c plus 5. And what you see? The value of the function at the point c is equal to the limit of the function at that point c. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So then can I say that the function is continuous at all points when x is less than 1? Because I have done for a general point, then we can directly say that the function is continuous at all points x less than 1. Everyone, okay? Yes or no? Understood? Now we'll be discussing the case 2. Case 2 is c greater than 1. Now c greater than 1, again the same thing. You see, x greater than 1, x minus 5. Will x minus 5 ever be undefined when x is greater than 1? If you put 2 in here, if you put 3 in here, if you put 100 in here, you will still get a value. So fx will never get undefined when x is greater than 1. When fx is x minus 5, right? So if it will never be undefined, so it means what? It means this graph will continue like this. There will be no break when x is greater than 1. Yes or no? Yes or no? There will be no break when x is greater than 1. Right? So the graph will continue. Now, again the same thing we'll do. We'll take a general point in here, in x greater than 1. Okay? We take a